Good morning. This is 5 Tons with Guns back with you. My name's Casey. Our topic today is on crucibles, how to get most out of your crucibles and your crucible care, and my experiences with crucibles. I first started off when I started doing the metal casting. I was doing it with coffee cans. And you're good for 1 pour on those. Then I graduated to the camp stove butane cans. They're good for about 3 pours. You can see the crucible failure right here at the 3rd pour. Then we went to the oxygen bottles. They're good for about 6 pours. And I didn't realize back then that probably I could have gotten a little bit more mileage out of a steel crucible had I been doing the crucible rotation. And I'll get with that a little bit later on in this presentation. Here's my, I finally went to a clay graphite crucible. Got 150 pours out of it, or 120 pours out of it. You can see it's got a profuse crack here. And what started the crack on this crucible, after about 30 pours, I had a stuck plinth. And I let it cool, and I chipped it off, and since then the crack has grown and gotten bigger and longer and wider. Still a good crucible. It did not leak. Here's a crucible we've used 45 times. And David Singery writes in his book that a graphite clay crucible is good for about 60-65 pours. Well, I think if you take a little bit better care of it, why, you know, like we can prove that you can get a lot more, far more. These crucibles are pretty tough. Yeah, I have myself picked them up with a pair of channel locks, like I did with the steel. And, you know, I very rarely scrape it out with the scraper. And unless I'm changing metals, going from aluminum to copper or brass. The main thing I do when I want to change metals, or I want to clean out all the groust of the crucible, after I make my last pour, I'll turn it upside down while it's still hot, put it back in the furnace, put the furnace back together, and fire it back up. And that'll clean that all out of there, so you will not contaminate your next batch of metal. Okay, I mentioned crucible rotation a minute ago. I feel that I've learned that if I rotate my crucible, why, I'll get a lot more out of it. And I'll demonstrate how I do it. I use the spout as my indicator, like a hand on the clock. And say I'll start off at 12 o'clock. After my first pour, I'll put my crucible back in there. And I'll turn it down to 6 o'clock. The next pour, I'll turn it like 90 degrees either direction. Do my thing. And then after that, I'll do another 180 degrees. I feel that this will keep you from burning a hole, getting hot spots in your crucible. Everything will get evenly heated up and cooled. I sure like going from steel to graphite clay. I still do steel. There's nothing wrong with steel. You know, when I can find them. Also, here's a new crucible. I showed you here how much and where to get them. And they used to be a little bit out of reach in cost for me. You know, they were around $65 or $70. And now they're getting down in price where anyone can afford one. And they last so long. They last a long time. Also, if you do have a stuck plinth on your crucible, when you pull it out, how I get mine off, with the David Singlery furnace, you have only 2.5 inches here for your plinth to drop. And if it sticks onto my crucible, I'm just going to rub. I could just rub it off like that. But you got to get it off there while it's still hot. Don't let it cool on there. Otherwise, you're going to have stuff like this happening to you. You got all this chippage here from stuck plinths. And then whenever I change metals, I'll put it back in here while it's still hot, put the furnace back together, and fire it for about half an hour. Get it good red hot. All that stuff will fall down out of your crucible and get it nice and clean and sanitary for your change in metals. Our next, I think that covers everything for the crucibles. I have forgotten to tell you about the heat treat. I'll take my new crucible and I'll put it into the oven in the house, 400 degrees for an hour. Let it just cool off. And then I'll take it out and put it in my furnace and get it red hot, fire it, bring it up easy and let it down slow and low, and let it sit there. And that's what has worked with me. These are all my experiences with crucibles, and I hope that what I've shared with you today will help you in all of your endeavors with your foundry casting and such. And I think we've covered just about everything, and I don't believe we need to pause and think things over. So our next video is going to be on making our own Petrobond. And I make my Petrobond myself, and I'll show you how to do that on our next video. And that will be it for today, and we thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.